Hello. I want to tell you a story today. When I discovered the Akashic Records, my life changed completely. I began my career as a psychologist doing long-term intensive psychotherapy. I loved working intimately with people to understand their inner worlds and to guide them toward greater clarity, resilience, and self-awareness. But a spiritual awakening changed all of that in the blink of an eye. Within weeks, I left the traditional practice of psychology, and I was called to blend my counseling skills with my newly awakened intuitive abilities. A few years later, I had another overnight awakening when I encountered the Akashic Records. I knew instantly this was my soul's divine purpose. I still remember the very first time I opened the Akashic Records. I had been preparing for weeks. I'd asked the woman who introduced me to the records to mentor me and teach me how to access this beautiful wisdom myself. When the moment came, I was nervous. I was sure I wasn't going to do it right. I wondered, would I see something? Hear something? Would I notice anything at all? I said the sacred prayer to access the records and waited. And then something shifted. The air became electric. The space around me opened up into what felt like a vast temple. And in that moment, I could feel an energy. It felt like home. It wasn't a place outside of me, but a remembering inside me. This was the first time I began to understand the Akashic Records aren't out there. They live within us. They are the field of truth we already carry. They are the wisdom that has always been there, just waiting for us to access it. That moment changed everything for me. It began a way of living that was more connected, more trusting, and more aware of the divine presence that had been with me all along. If you've ever wondered if you can access the Akashic Records, if you've questioned whether you're intuitive enough, let this moment be your reminder. You already are. The Akashic Records don't ask you to become someone different. They simply invite you to remember who you've always been. So take a breath in. Let us remember together now. You already have the connection you're seeking. The Akashic Records, your pathway to the divine, live within you. And whether you've been accessing the records for years or are just beginning to explore, every time you turn inward with intention, the door opens a little bit more. This is only the beginning of what's possible for you.